But let's focus on stories and not on the world, because the world is shitty at the moment, so let's find a better world in stories. This next word is cat, and it was inspired by one of the books I'm writing about modern witches and Wiccans again, because I like drawing on my own books because I obviously know the characters already. This one is written from the perspective of the cat that protects the bookshop, because the cat is a familiar. It protects the bookshop that one of the witches works at. I hope you enjoy it because I enjoyed writing it. The cat licked her paw gingerly as she waited for the human to open the shop. The human was whisking around the shelves speedily and evidently anxiously. It even left a cup of coffee on the desk next to the lounging feline. The cat had tried the warm beverage once and had found it rather unappetizing. She would rather have tuna and water any day. The human came back with an armful of books that fell rather spectacularly onto the floor. The cat jumped at the noise and padded around on the counter, stretching all the way to the tip of her tail to get all of the spook out of her system. She watched the human flounder, fuss, and fret over the books strewn across the shop floor. Even when she jumped down from the counter and pushed the books towards the human in an act of selfless helping, the human got inexplicably upset and ordered her rather loudly to stop. The cat found the human's behaviour quite inadequate and decided to walk away from the situation before it became toxic for them both. She left to wander around the shop while it was still closed. She gazed above the mightily tall bookshelves that were taller than any humans she had encountered. Roaming carelessly, she came across an unsteady pile of books that wobbled precariously. The cat brushed up against the tower and they stopped quivering so. The books were just sad that they had not been bought yet, but the soft feel of the cat's fur lulled them back from a place of anxiety and fear to one of peace and tranquillity. Suddenly, a feeling of protectiveness overcame the cat. The human had opened the shop without her there to safeguard the entrance. She turned around and padded back to the front of the shop. As she was on her way, a clear dinging noise ran throughout the store. Someone was entering the now open shop without her permission. The cat ran towards the door. The human called after her, and the patron looked bewildered. She brushed up against the legs of the new human to get a sense of its intention and mindset. It was not a creature of power like her mistress, nor the shop's newest employee. This human had no business of being inside this shop, for it knew nothing of magic. The cat hissed at the human, scaring it. It said something about the curiosity not being worth it, and ran out the door. The nice but anxious human came over to the cat and picked her up. The human told her off for scaring a potential customer, but she soon let the human know that he was not one of those humans. The human apologized for its angry outburst at her earlier, when she had dropped the books. The human was just nervous about opening the shop for the first time on its own without the cat's mistress there to act as a guide. She nestled into the human's neck to show her forgiveness. She understood the human's nerves and apprehension. She knew that the human would get there eventually, and perhaps even become a better witch than her mistress. Of this the cat was sure.